Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a great evening. Really warm here in Wichita. We were pushing 80 degrees yesterday. We have 80 degrees in the forecast. Like I said earlier, it doesn't even qualify as Indian summer for us. I think we've had maybe 4 or 5 days below 70 degrees this whole fall. So the air conditioner is still running. Normally it's off by about October the 15th. The dehumidifiers are still running. We've got high dew points, so acting like summer here on the southern central plains, although we do need rain. The winter wheat crop has great subsurface moisture, but they need surface moisture now to help the germination process as they put it in and make next year's crop. Not a big news day. Very little news overnight. FHFA housing prices plus 0.5. Case-Shiller plus 0.2. Consumer confidence, a big number today, forecasting a 101. And Richmond Fed, don't know what they have for that. Last one was -8. So not a big news day for us, not a big news overseas. The biggest news for Treasuries is the two-year auction. And at some point that should bring in support for the market. So typically, if the market is going to rally, we'll see the low in the overnight session. And then it'll come back down in the day session when it first opens up. But if we can't crack the 129.28, 129.30 area right here, then the market's set to rally into the two-year auction. I don't have a specific piece of news to associate with the selling right here. In fact, that Monte Paschi news, if I pronounce that correctly, normally would send treasuries higher, but it hasn't. Everybody feels like the central banks will be doing backstopping on all these banks that are at the edge or verge of going under. A similar situation in the United States too. So given the two-year auction, I think at some point we become buyers, maybe a little bit lower, so we'll put a 25.29 buy one. 17.21 buy two. On the sell side, we've got the overnight session high of 07, so 3 to 7 sell one. 11 to 15 sell two. And two-year auctions usually don't bring a lot of volatility into the market, so we'll see how this plays out. Looking at the news, I can't find any news other than the strength in equities, and it wasn't around the board. The FTSE was off, and the Hang Seng was down overnight, so we don't have uniform rallies in the equity markets, and not up by very much. So again, probably put it all together, we're probably dealing with a trading range today if it weren't for the two-year auction with a lower bias. So that's where we are. Knob spread got hit hard last night, so this market can come up pretty quickly. So we'll put number 1 at 4 to 8, 11 to 15 sell 1, and then 23, 27 sell 2. On the buy side, support wise, 24, 28 is number 1. So 17 to 21 buy 1. And because of the two-year auction, I'm going to be a little more aggressive on the buy side, 9 to 13 for buy 2. But pretty good chance maybe the low is in. We'll just have to see if we can't come down and crack the 24 area. Then the two-year auction should gradually take the market higher. Gold was up a lot last night compared to the other markets, with what's going on in the other markets. We're right back where we were, so 73, 75, sell 1. 79.81, sell 2. That's on the assumption that we can get stops above the overnight session high right here. It might take a 70 to get off for short. We'll see. This market looks like it's trying to trade higher. 64, 66 buy 1, and 60, 62 buy 2. So basically a 60 to 65 buy, and really a 75 to an 80 sell. Looking at the euro, another B. We had 15 to 25 as a sell last night. Still looks reasonable to me. So 15 to 25, and then 40 to 50 for sell 2. Bring that down a little bit. On the buy side, we had 75 to 85. Didn't fill, but it is a B, so we'll put that out there for number 1. And then 108.50 for buy 2. Crude oil. If you are a fundamentalist, and if you read all the fundamental articles coming out, we should be lower, but we're not. So we're right in our sell zone where we were last night, 50, 75 to 51. Trying to trade higher, so let's let them go get stops above the recent 2 days of high. So 51, 51 and a quarter, sell 1. 51.50, 51.75, sell 2. On the buy side, 50, 50 and a quarter, buy 1. And then 45, 50, 49.75, buy 2. The E-mini, 2150, will it come out today? I think the overnight market summaries were pretty much spot on, saying that we may not see much until the elections are behind us, and now everybody is pretty well assured that the Fed will raise interest rates in December. So can we get through 2150 or not? So our first sell is 49 to 51. 54, 56 for sell 2. Best resistance is 60, 65. Best support is 10 to 15. On the buy side, 40, 42. And then 35, 37. So look for a trading range market. Going for stops above 2150, then we'll see what the market's going to do at that point. And they do make us pay up to get in, so if we can't crack 44, 45 on the opening rotation, we can get long to see if we can get stops above 2150. But I don't look for much of a day here. Famous last words, right? It'd be nice to have famous last words so we can get some volatility in this thing and make it worthwhile to spend the time that we spend on it looking at it. At the end of the day, we come back and look and say, geez, you know what went on in the bond and crude oil and gold, but now we wasting time on the E-mini for. At some point, if they ever allow the E-mini to sell, the market can get better. It's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.